G'day, mate. Shall I throw a pip on the barbie for you? Ripper. Cool. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today we'll do gold and oil. We'll do Bitcoin. We'll do yen pairs, dollar pairs, Swissy pairs if you want. We can do some exotics. And then, of course, make sure to ask questions so I cover exactly what you want and need. Let's go! I'll try not to slurp my coffee. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Hello, good morning. Nice to see you. Hey, remember, what did I say? Ask questions. Okay? Very, very important that you ask questions. The more that you're involved in today's presentation, the more you will learn. I call it participation. All right? So don't just sit there and think to yourself, yeah, makes sense, makes sense, yeah, Okay? Ask questions, get involved, think, contemplate. Treat the other people in the webinar with dignity and respect, including myself, but more importantly, all the other people in the chat. Resources. You need some resources? Start with tradersway.com. Open up a demo account. Give them an opportunity to earn your loyalty and respect. What you do is you sign up for a demo, download MT4, play some trades. You'll see the execution speed. It's fast. You'll see the spreads. They're small. You'll see the swaps. They're huge. And all of those things are a good thing. Okay? And then one day when you are ready to trade real money, if they've earned your loyalty and respect, then you have a prime broker for your successful Forex trading business that you trust. So start there. What else? I wrote a book. You can go to Amazon.com, Strategic and Tactical Forex Trading. You can find me on FXBootcamp.com for video training. You can go to swing.fxbootcamp.com for the swing trading group. If you need a performance coach, someone to work with you, not just to teach you what a 5/8 cross is, right? But to ensure you know how to trade. You specifically have someone looking over your shoulder and say, do it again, 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 until you get this thing right. All right? So I don't care if you're Tiger Woods, LeBron James, whoever, no matter how amazing you are, you have a performance coach. So we have that for you as well at live.fxbootcamp.com. So many resources. 08 says this is a huge mug. No, this is one of my smaller mugs. Anyways, anything else? I think that's about it, right? Let's see. I got to, this is over there, so this is over there. So I guess we can go here. So where are we? What is this? Oh, exotics. Okay, I guess we're going to start with exotics today. Let's see. Beginning of the month, so we should be on peso, don't you think? Hang on. I clicked my drawing tool. Oh, that's way over there. There we go. Oh, and it's opened at 2 versions. Hang on. Okay, cool. Let me get my drawing tool. Hang on. All right. Okay. Resistance. By the way, am I a bull or a bear on the USD Mexican peso? Just like, as far as your understanding of my bias yesterday or last week or last month or last year, do you happen to know? Well, that's interesting, isn't it? You know that I know, and I know that you know that I know, which makes it common knowledge. Have you refined your trading that way yet? Have you got there yet? I mean, this is what you need, right? Papa, don't preach. Yeah, preach it, Papa. Right? It's true, right? Your trading should be like that. You know, and everybody around you knows what you are, what you do. It's pretty clear. Okay? So anyways, this is yesterday, but we knew that was the sell zone last week. And then yesterday, you knew this was my sell zone today. But remember, I say by the time we get in New York, today's already done, right? Because our job is to predict the future, not relive the past. So yesterday, we knew this was the plan. And of course, look at this. By the time the day started, we were basically hot to go, HOTTOGO, right? Okay. And now we're thinking maybe tomorrow, if the trend continues, it'll do that, right? Well, the thing is, I don't know if the trend will continue. To the sea. Make sense? Okay. Euro lira has been fighting a little bit. Okay. Okay. See, what it's telling us is today we should be, if we're bears, of course, considering selling around 660, 661 and a half. Okay? Think about that. What's it saying? Today, we should be considering tomorrow in today's plan, and that would have gotten you short a couple hours ago. That's helpful, right? But that's all trend trading is, guys. It's not the indicator. It's just what trend trading is. This is not a good place to sell unless you got more to it than this. Okay? But now that you have a lower low, lower high, that's really interesting. But that was yesterday setting up today's trade, and today we're setting up tomorrow's trade, which looks like this. Okay? That's just trend trading. It's not the indicator. It's just trend trading. Okay. So that's all right. And then we were talking about this. Somebody mentioned, I don't know if it wasn't yesterday, it was recently, about they shorted Eurozar. And I'm like, you know, South Africa's aggressively cutting interest rates. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But, you know, can you see how, you see the difference? Like this is trending up, don't you think? And we reviewed this yesterday, so we'll do it again. Your first question is the market favorable to my bias? Okay? It doesn't say if you're a bear, sell at resistance, right? Because we know one of the first rules is you need the trend first, right? So if you're a bear, you want to sell downtrends, and then you're selling at resistance. Okay? So selling high in an uptrend is not good. Selling high in a downtrend is good. Okay? So I don't see that kind of going on there. If you contrast it with the lira, you can see it's at least trying to make lower lows and lower highs versus higher highs, right? So for example, this would be better tomorrow, if at all. Okay? Whatever. Gotcha? Let's do gold and oil and Bitcoin. Okay, so yesterday we were talking about the potential for up, 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 down, down, up, 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 down, down, buy. So yesterday we were talking about the potential for down, down, buy. And we talked about the 55 being in control and also setting up the potential for this. Okay, so in this first scenario, you might be a buyer at 9,100. In this scenario, you're a seller at 9,100. Okay, so set it up, knock it down. Take a look at gold. Gold! Baby, 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 baby. All right, boom, shalaka laka. Boom, shalaka laka. Cool. Well, bears know what they're doing. They found their resistance. They found their M3. And they're taking it down to here this week. Maybe lower next week. Okay? Now, if you are a bull, this is your shot for the week. So you're at the bottom, right, of the regression. You're one standard deviation from the mean. And you're at a M2 for the week, which means it's got to go up here if you're a bull, or it ain't going up this week. Okay? Pro Trader says, I'm going to drop it like it's hot. Well, you were supposed to do that up here. Okay? At the market open, first of the week, right, and first trading day of the month, you are at resistance at M3. You should have sold it 24 hours ago. What is the deviation? Okay. When you look at this scatter plot of prices, aka candles is what we represent, but they're just a different version of a scatter plot, just random prices and times. You add them all up and divide by the number of periods, you get an average, what is called a mean. Because there are three things: means, modes, and medians. Okay? This is just statistics. Okay? So we're looking at the mean average of all these scatter plots. And also, you can use the formula y, which is equal slope, is equal to m times x plus b, okay, gives you a slope, rise over run, okay? So that gives you an average price over time, aka slope, okay? From that, you can then say we know the average, but when price moves away from the average, up on the upside, how far on average does it move from the average? right? Standard deviation. When price moves below the mean, how far on average does it deviate from the mean? What is the standard deviation? And that's basically what it's saying. Okay, when you move below, it goes about this far. Okay, when it moves above, it goes about this far. Okay, so what we're saying here is based on the average over time, if it drops below, and it does often, it typically does not drop any further than we are now. So you're going to say we have moved one standard deviation from the mean, and there's a reasonable propensity to return back to the mean. Okay, that's first one. That's what I meant with that. Okay, the second part of you're a swing trader and you're a bull, you're already thinking this as well. So those two constituencies are thinking basically the same. Okay, bears looked at this as basically one standard deviation from a mean. They looked at this as price resistance, and they looked at this as a bearish swing on a weekly basis and a sell zone, aka a place to sell for a bear, on a monthly basis. And they're thinking this. Okay? So like we discussed yesterday, you need to know, first of all, if you are a bull or a bear. And then the second thing you need to discern is what bulls would do and what bears would do. Okay? Have you guys worked on that even just as a thought process? That you're supposed to know what team you're on, what your team wants to do, and then what your adversaries are also setting up. Are you guys starting to work on that? Or are you still stuck in video game mode? Okay. The mind is very, very important in trading. Okay. But it's not even pick a side. That's just the first step, right, James? But if you're, think of it this way, if you're on an athletic team, you practice and practice and practice and practice so that your team is skilled at playing together. Okay? Everyone knows their role, everyone knows other people's role in the team, and you practice plays with which are strategies, right? But then, once you got all of that figured out in the preseason and you get ready for your first competition, you pull up videos of the opposing team. How do they play? Who's their best player? Who's their weakest player? Where do they make mistakes? Where do they seem to score? Okay? And you start creating counter strategies. You need to know both if you're a champion, is all I'm saying. Okay? Okay, oil. Hit 50 bucks and whoop. Okay. I picked up this price somewhere. You can see, you can adjust it as you see fit. Okay, you can see it goes all the way across, so you can draw it any way you want. But do you remember we talked about this? That you have to decide if we're doing this or if we're doing this. How many people remember the conversation? And if you might remember, like way back in here, I had you do the same thing. I said this is either going to 60 or it's going to 40. You choose. Which one is it? Okay? In trading, but also in life, but in particular in trading. Okay? You stand for something, right? Or you fall for anything. Every given day, a new trade. Like, come on, dude. Right? What other tools? I just make a decision. Honestly, guys, if you flip a coin, you'll do fine. Okay? Control and consistency is what you should be working on, not being right. Okay? What I would do, however, is I would make it macro, not micro. So I would say all commodity currencies are going to devalue this year. Or I would say all commodity currencies are going to appreciate this year based on my macroeconomics. And again, that could be a flip of a coin. Is the global economy going to expand in the next 12 months or contract? Who the hell knows? Flip a coin. And then you got it. From there, now you got it. Because the interesting thing is there will be many, many times when you'll have a trend working with you. Then you'll have many, many times when the trend's not working with you. But by the end of the year, you'll have consistent trades and much more consistent results. And because you're only trading one way and you're only trading in certain conditions, your volatility will be very low. Okay. I want you to think of yourself as a bond trader and not as sort of a high flashy hedge fund manager. Okay? Do you understand if you made 1% a month, 1% a month, you could build a career around that? Because someone might not replace their stock portfolio and give you all their money to you because they need that for retirement stuff. But then they look at the bond market and it's paying 5% a year and you're doing 1% a month. Even if you don't compound that, that's 12%. That's double any bond portfolio. And you could say, well, you add this along with your stock portfolio and you'll say, sometimes you'll laugh at my 12% because you're making double that in the stock market, but wait until the stock market has a bad run. I'll still make my 12% and you'll lose 20%. And now I'll look like a super genius. The thing is, I'm just consistent. Because, right, I'm disciplined, I have a plan, right? And I'm risk averse. Well, but Daniel, it's not that you flipped a coin, it's that you've made a decision. And it seems like a lot of people are struggling with making a decision, right? So take the fundamentals course so you start to understand macroeconomics and monetary policy. That's really going to help you. But on top of that is just make a decision. I don't even really care how to do it. Flip your cat if you don't like flipping a coin. Cat's always going to land heads up. But anyways, you got to stand for something or fall for anything. So you have to say this is definitely going up or this is definitely going down. If you can't make that decision, then definitely stop trading. Okay? So honestly, I don't really care what the decision is. It's actually quite irrelevant. All right, so anyways, now that we're down around 50, makes sense to me. Okay, if you're a bear, stop selling. If you're a bull, start setting up your buys. Okay? Peter says, I'm a bull in WTI. Fantastic. Coolio. Sometimes it's good to check to see if Brent is on support as well, because there is a correlation. So let's go to, where's my energy complex? She runs like a river to the sea. Tears like a river. All right, cool. 54, I suppose, is not amazing. Okay, do you guys see the OOP? All right, sets up the CT. You're like, WTF? Yeah. Okay. Baby Doll says, I've heard that abnormal people are successful in the market, not the normal people. Yeah, because people is stupid. You're abnormal, Baby Doll. You're completely abnormal. And that's why you're here. 95% of people fail. Okay? Now, the interesting thing is you have to analyze yourself, like, what kind of person are you, right? You're sort of, you're the artist visionary, right? You're sort of a business manager, okay? Or you are a stone cold hustler, for example. Brand newer, okay? You have to kind of break this down and identify your own strengths and weaknesses. So, like, are you an accountant type? Right? Are you sort of the creative type? Like design and, right? And then the entrepreneur is sort of the cash flow person. Okay, whatever they touch turns to money. So you got to find your own, in your abnormalness, what kind of personality do you have, and then identify your strengths and weaknesses, and really be aware of your strengths, and then try to challenge your weaknesses. So, for example, an artist type is not an accountant. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, you would analyze and behave differently from each other as a trader. Okay? But I would never want to be normal. You have to figure out what kind of abnormal you are if you're going to grow and master. Okay? You got to know your strengths and weaknesses. I would never want to be normal. Okay. Go back to news trade, I guess. Okay. Cool, right? So do you want to buy this now? No. Okay. What if you're a bear? Then you are actually approaching a bear's sell. Okay. Now, that is if you're playing this moving average, you know, this sort of area here, and you're playing the role reversal here. You'll see there's a confluence of price and market resistance. But there is also a concern here for a bear. And the concern is this is suggesting a pull all the way back to here. So that then takes away from this. So now you got to start de-analyzing. You say, well, that's predicting the 21 dies. This goes to the 55. And we hit the 55. We hit the central. We hit the role reversal. What happens next, guys? Then that sets up this, and then this. Baby G, it's not that it's aggressive, it's that the the move has already played out. Okay? So anyone that's done the swing trading course says, oh my God, counter trend. Straightforward. Okay? Yeah, Hope. See, OPEC had an emergency meeting, right? So that's what's going on here. Okay? But no matter what, last week we said this is support. Okay, so it's kind of late to now be selling, right? So now we're like, okay, if we were buyers, how would we like to buy this? At what price and what situation? Okay, well, right now, the 21 being in control and we're at resistance, that's a scenario for a bear, not a bull. So if you were going to trade OPEC news, then you would have been better off doing the counter trend trade near support. Okay? Okay? You wouldn't be buying it now, you'd be buying it down here. And if you're like, well, I don't like this because it's been in a downtrend, then don't buy it. But don't buy it here either. Okay? So set up a trade plan. How would you buy it? Baby G says, well, but this is a supply shock and demand shock and stuff. All right, let's clear this up. And this does happen in economics. What was I going to do? Okay. This does happen in economics. Typically, this is not typical, but typically you run into this situation when you're going from the long run to the short run, or vice versa, from the short run to the long run. But let's start this, okay? Demand 1, okay? Supply 1. This is the quantity of oil. This is the price of oil. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And oil. Okay. So as you can see, I've been trained like a monkey to always label my charts. Thank you, Harvard. Great. All right, so we know from before there was an exogenous demand shock. Okay? An exogenous demand shock. We have the coronavirus shutting down the world's second largest economy. It's a big deal. When that occurs, you are shifting the entire curve to the left. And we got an equilibrium part moving from 4 to 3, which changes the price, okay, from 3.5 to 2. So in that case, price fell down and quantity fell from here to here, down. Demand fell, price fell, okay? From Q1 to Q2, okay? From price 1 to price 2. Now, then OPEC comes in and they cut supply. Not a move along the curve, but the entire curve shifts from supply 1 to supply 2. Once again, okay? So the market's back in equilibrium, but now price goes up. And now economics is interesting because these equilibria move constantly. Now, I simplify things because I say world economic activity doesn't change radically in normal scenarios, right? Canada's operating at a certain level of GDP, the United States is level, China, and everyone's moving, and they're much longer term plays based on things like inflation and jobs and spending, and it's all very long term. Okay? In the short term, right, supply can go up and down, up and down, up and down based on availability, but also production and all that kind of stuff. So I typically say demand is not demand one, but demand star, that it's fixed and it's constant. And we keep instead shifting the supply curve around, right? From more supply to less supply, more supply to less supply. But what we're doing now is quite different. Demand and supply are being shifted, okay? And so what's happened in that scenario, the way I drew it, is there's a cut, and that at least supports oil and prevents it from falling further. What do you think? Makes sense, right? I said equilibria. Cool. So anyways, it's got to stop falling somewhere. If I was using a monthly pivot point, what pivot point would that be? Okay. Probably around M2, right? Cool. All right, so let's move on to whatever we're looking at. Looks like Kiwi. Okay. Kiwi versus Swiss franc. And I'm short here, I'm short here, and we're still down here. Cool. Isn't that neat? Still no reason to panic, I think. Prince says, how would I plan for tomorrow without pivot points? Price action, for example, is right there. Okay. So for example, we can look at this on a weekly or monthly basis. It's the same. Down, 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 up, up. Down, 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 down. Right? Up, up. Down, 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 up, up. I feel like Hulk Hogan. Right? Down, 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 up, up. Down, 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 down. I don't know what to do anymore. How do I predict the future? You don't need the pivots. You don't need any indicator for that. That's what I mean. If you don't know how to trade price action, you don't know how to trade. You can skip everything else. You can add anything else. You can have any combination of technical indicator you want. If you don't know how to trade price action, you will not be successful. So again, guys, think of it this way. If you had a week like this, you should plan an open like this and an extension down. So the thing is, you have to pay attention to this. And when you're in here, that's when you drop into a small time frame and sell. Just sell it, sell it, sell it, just sell it, sell it. You're like, I can't afford the loss. Then you're over leveraged. But Wayne, I have to get rich quick. Then you're not doing it right. Cool. You guys going to watch the speech tonight? Just make sure you do your homework first. Baby G, Wayne, would you expect the U.S. election to affect the currency space? Yeah, as soon as we know who's going to win. Okay? Most of the news you're surrounding yourself, and I don't mean you particular, but everyone. Most of the news that people are surrounding themselves around are sensationalized. So I don't watch any of it. I just don't. I don't know what people worry about or talk about. I have nothing in common with humans. Not even interested. So television media is not helpful. You're going to get all hyped up about nothing. Everything is the most important thing ever. No. So I don't pay attention to any of that. I just do my homework. I'm a buyer or I'm a seller. That's that. What do you want to do with this pound? You going to try again? Lungster, go to live.fxbootcamp.com and you will get a performance coach. So let's review what we think we know. Swing traders know that the weekly swing trade goes from M3 to the green zone. Is that correct? Cool. We also know that generally speaking, based on the monthly plan, it's going to go from here to here. So I suppose the decision you need to make if you're a bear is what kind of price action are you get to finish this off? Or is this close enough? You could also assume, especially if you're a bull, that this is range bound. So I believe a bull would have this sort of set basically like this, right? Prince says it's at a 3A2. Well, that's irrelevant. Why is it irrelevant? That swing was not clear? You're kidding me. That's as straightforward and as obvious as it could possibly be. Dude, this is like ridiculously clear. Thank you guys. Yes, because it's not trending. So you would not use Fibonacci because that's a trend trading tool. So the only thing that's relevant right now is support and resistance. Okay? Now it may still roll over and a trend will be born, but you wouldn't be fibbing this. Okay? Are pivots, you want them to be. But all they show you is projected market support and resistance. That's all. Okay? But like, for example, this isn't much of a trend in these pivots, and this is more of a contraction. So it's not showing you direction at all. It's showing you sideways, right? Well, Prince, well, okay, well, you need more than that, I guess is what I'm saying, Prince, okay? Okay, don't make a decision based on Fibonacci. Okay, you're using it in the wrong context. It's the right strategy at the wrong time. You could see how it plays out off these moving averages, but even that's going to be fairly weak. Okay. So what we know is this is an obvious sell, this is an obvious take profit, and that sets up a counter trend trade. Okay. So right now the assumption is it has the potential to go at least back to the central pivot. So if it's going to go back to the central pivot, why not go all the way to the top? Okay. If it does fall, my concern is it does this. It falls, it stretches out, and then goes right back into the range. Okay. One of the things you should remind yourselves is you should tell yourself that this will stay range bound forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Okay? But if it does break, then you change from a range bound strategy to a trending strategy, but not before the break. Okay? As far as you're concerned, pound dollar is going to do that for forever. Okay? Now, you can also play it as purely a form of being a bear. Okay? Would a bear sell here? Yes or no? Yes! Oh my God! Yes, that's the exact place. You guys need to go to swing.fx bootcamp right now. Oh my God. Okay? So we have a new week. Does a bear sell here? Okay. So the interesting thing is, let's refine this a little bit. Okay. Oops. Because I'm teaching you to analyze ahead of time, right? So here we are on a Friday. Do you feel like selling here as a bear? Front running Monday to the downside? No, you don't sell there. So where would you like to sell? Here. So it looks like you got it on Tuesday. Here we are Thursday or Friday when you're setting up your swing trades. Do you want to sell now down there? No, but you would like to sell up here. So you take it Friday and you got your front run. Cool. Now, you find yourself Friday and you're up here. Do you want to sell up here in anticipation of next week? Yeah, you can front run that. You got permission. Okay. And boom, double bottom, ran out very quickly. So you either made a small profit or got knocked out at break even. Okay. Do you want to sell here Friday afternoon off the resistance? Yeah, you can. Okay. You can. It's an aggressive move. You don't have to, but you certainly can. Okay. Now it's Friday afternoon, right? And you're way up here. What's your plan to sell? Well, here to here. Okay. So Monday opens and you're right there. Do you sell it? Yeah. In fact, it's Sunday afternoon. Do you sell that? Yeah. See, it has to do with your plan here for entry, and it obviously there. Your plan here for entry, obviously here. Your plan for entry, obviously here. Okay? You're on this moment, where's your plan for entry? Somewhere in here. Okay? At this moment, right? Friday afternoon, what's your plan for Sunday open? Somewhere in here. Okay? These are all your plans as a bear. You have no other choices, no other options. Here's the thing. Some of these broke even. Some of them made small profits. Some of them made bigger profits. But you knew what to do every single time. There's no doubt. Clear. Okay? But if you're trying to figure out every time, should I be a bull this week? Should I be a bear this week? You're not going to make it. You're just not going to make it. Pro Trader says, what if you can't find opportunity in some weeks? Well, you can choose to lose money or choose not to lose money. Okay? So you could lose $1,000 trading Forex when you shouldn't be, and you clearly know that you shouldn't be, or you can take your family to Disneyland and be a hero. You choose. Lose your money to the market, lose your money to a mouse. Cool. Now, let's say you're a bear, okay? And you're in the middle of the market. Could you add a new trade into here? Short? Yeah, you can add a second trade here. Lower low, lower high. Okay? Uh-oh, higher high. Is there a good opportunity to add a new trade here? No, there is not. Okay? Again, now we're looking at another Tuesday. Is there a new opportunity to add another short? No. Okay? Now we're looking at a Tuesday. Is there another opportunity to add another short? Maybe in here based on this, but wouldn't all of this nonsense earlier in the month kind of freak you out? Yeah, probably. Okay, and so here we are on a Tuesday now and you want to short again. Well, this didn't work, right? This didn't work. This didn't work. This didn't work, but you think now it's going to work? Well, write a 4-page paper, 12-point font, Arial, double-spaced, explaining your reasoning. You're like, oh, I can't do that. Then don't do it. Okay. But this trade you should take, 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 this trade you should take. Okay? And you see the theme there, guys? You should be planning your trades on Thursdays, taking them on Fridays or Mondays, and by Tuesday or Wednesday, you're already at Disneyland. The week is already done. And here's the scary part. Some of you guys are still, especially your newer ones, you're selling and buying and selling and buying and scalping in these periods, and you barely even see the direction. And you're making 10, 20 trades in here. Some are long, some are short. That's gotta be frightening. It's gotta be frightening. That's just gotta be like sheer panic. And clearly not the way to trade. Yeah, but so like the swing trading group meets on Thursdays. Thursday afternoon, essentially London close, to set up our trades. If it's Monday and you're right and you're still not in your trade, you probably missed it. So on Thursdays, we've planned out the entire next week, right? So we're at least 2 trading days ahead of the market. Okay. Cool. So we talked yesterday about this, didn't we? Yeah. Hey, Benji, I haven't seen your question, so I apologize. Okay. Okay. But this is still in play, y'all. So the actual thing we talked about yesterday is you're going to need some form of this. Okay? Because remember, if you're a buyer here, your target's up here. Okay? If you're buying at 67, okay, your target is minimum 70. More like 71. It's really almost 71.50, but let's put it in there, right? So you are going for 4 or 500 pips, correct? That's your plan, right? Elisa says, is a swing group private? Yeah, you pay money, and then you're in the cool kids club. That's it. It's only money. By the way, and I'm going to, right, I need to send out emails and stuff. I've been so busy lately. But I'm very, very soon going to do a day trading course, and all of the swing trading group members are going to get that included for free. So all you have to do is go to swing.fxbootcamp.com. Inside, you'll find all the videos for the training course, all the videos for all the previous meetings going back several months, right? And then when I do the day trading, then we're going to do like a Monday and a Tuesday and a Wednesday of all day trading. Okay. And then, of course, I got then the Thursday swing. So there'll be one full week of day trading on top of the swing trading. That's all going to be in the same group because I don't want to create a second site and all that kind of stuff. So only the swing traders will get that. That's the only way to sign up. Okay. Chuck, I'm going to try to get it done by Monday, but life's been very complicated. I thought these 2 classes at Harvard were going to be easy, and there's so much work and so much busy work. It's not like I just read a book, listen to a class, and take a test every once in a while. Every couple of weeks, bang out a paper. It's so once again, school's in the way. So I need to. So maybe next week, but probably now I'm thinking the week after. But definitely coming up hot and coming up fast. Okay. Gracie says, do the day trading and swing trading? No, they do not come in conflict. No, that's why I'm doing it with the swing trading group. And then soon after, I'm going to remove that video and put it in FX Bootcamp proper. Okay. Cool. All right, guys. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May our profits be above average. Thank you for being on my team. Thank you for contributing to the community. Please leave comments. Please leave likes. Please subscribe. All of those activities tell YouTube that this is quality content and that they should promote it within the general community. Okay, bring a fellow trader next time. I will see you tomorrow. This is an awesome trading week. Remember, we're ending up at FX Street on Friday for Trade Non-Farm Payrolls Live. I don't know, 170 or something. So anyways, I'll see you over there. But until tomorrow, have a wonderful day.